Yeah, I would summarize this season so far being pretty successful. Really, if somebody told me before the season started that at the halfway point or before shutdown we have 27 points and very close to the P6 in the championship, I'd have taken it. So I think it's successful. For sure, it's better, but the thing is, like, heading into the season, I got to assume nobody underperforms. Everybody will be maximizing their, let's say, capabilities and then put the car out, in the best possible way. Then when you assume that one, for us being the smallest team, and then with the, we are on the back foot last year with the tire degradation issue. So I had to assume we have to start from P10 pre-season testing, and then of course a couple of teams underperformed, so we had a bit of a leg up, should I say, and then kicks over, they had a pit stop issue, so they lost the chance of scoring points in a few races, and then we managed to get on top of the tire degradation issues. Our baseline car was decent, so we are always there and thereabouts to score points, and some races, from race 2 we started scoring points. So that was a really positive surprise. That was the better starting point than we expected. But then again, the biggest thing was, how you keep going during the season. But I think we've done that very well so far this year. I think yes, short answer is yes, but also it's not just a number of points, because obviously the points and sporting result, you have to rely on other people's performance, right? But so I always focus on what we can control, which is just us. We as a Haas F1 team, how we gonna improve the team, how we want to improve our performance, how we improve the way we going about racing. So yes, 27 points is great. It's more than double of what we ever had last year. But more than that, I think very encouraging thing is how we are working together as a team. Honestly, we started to work like a team now, which wasn't the case up until the end of last year. So for me, that's the biggest positive, and for sure, that's the good sign that we are going in the right direction. For me, it's a very, very simple answer: teamwork. Seriously, if we look at the number of people we have, then who we have, other than a couple of people, we are largely the same as we left last year. Okay, we changed the structure of the organization to promote communication, to promote better environment for teamwork. But what we focused on is putting right people in the right place, having a correct structure to promote that kind of conversation, communication, and then really saying it from day one. Look, we just want open, transparent communication, honesty to look at the problems together. Then we put everyone on the same page, agree how we need to move forward, how we need to improve the car. Again, we did that from a pre-season testing. Pre-season testing objectives are clear, and one of the main objectives we had, other than tire degradation, was to understand how we should develop this BF24. What is the baseline characteristics? What's the strengths and weakness? What's the direction we need to develop the car in the wind tunnel and CFD? Again, we had to do that in pre-season testing, because that's the only opportunity we have to create, let's say, that kind of fundamental conclusion. And once we've done that one, everybody's on the same page, developing the car. Then what's pleasing is once we've done series of upgrades, then after Imola, we reviewed it, and we didn't deliver everything. Car got faster, but we didn't deliver everything we wanted to deliver or we should have delivered. But again, the conversation was, again, exactly what I wanted: transparency and honesty. Again, everybody just looked at, okay, why did we not deliver everything? What's the best way to go from here to understand the reason why we didn't deliver everything? And if we understand that, well, of course, that's going to go into the next upgrades, right? And then Silverstone upgrade was a clear step forward. So honestly, for me, it is really getting people to work together. So that's the single key thing, I think. I think to start off is you have to start from the top message, right? And then sharing that message. So to define what's the objective of this team this year, and then strategy how to achieve that objective, because anybody can say that we're going to be P5 or P7 or P8, but how are we gonna do it? In the short term, even if you start, let's say, investing and start recruiting, that's gonna be a delay, right? For that kind of change to have an impact. But we are in January, let's say, and then we need to look at, okay, how can we improve the team straight away? So you really got to use what we got and who we got. But then again, from day one, I was convinced we got plenty of good people, amazing people. So it's a matter of putting that together and then giving those people environment that they can perform. So put the objective, strategy of how we're going to achieve that objective, clearly communicate that across managers and up and down the organization. So everyone, doesn't matter who you are, IT person, software person, race engineer, driver, or finance person, everybody needs to understand then what you're doing, how it's going to contribute to the performance on the track. So that was very important. And then that it's not like you do it once and it's done. You have to continuously do it, I think, to build on that culture. But I think that's the key foundation. Once you start building that and then getting that message through, then I think when everyone knows how they're contributing, then that promotes teamwork as well, right? And also just making it clear, like there's no blame culture. So when certain things are not working, we got to get to the bottom of it, but it's not a witch hunting. We got to get bottom of it, because if we don't get to the bottom of it, we're not going to solve it. But just making it clear that that's not defined, right, you've done this wrong. No, that's not the case. So again, having that clear message that this is how we want to work, and then making that safe space for everyone that they can openly admit that, then move forward. So that's the key. It's easier said than done, but I think we just have to continuously doing this process to make sure that becomes the proper culture of this team. Honestly, for me, the bad period, the tough period, is the one shows the true color of the people. I think that's a character building phase, but it's very easy when the times are tough to say, no, it's not my problem, I've done nothing wrong, it's that. But if you do that, we're never going to improve as a team. So we started from, let's say, bottom, but going through the tough period. But what was encouraging for me is kind of like everybody got onto the same page straight away. Everybody was aligned, and then everybody was taking this as an opportunity to improve the team. So everybody kind of just got on the board, trying to move forward. And then I'm so happy that now we are seeing the result of that, reward of that. So yeah, that's quite rewarding for me personally as well. It was amazing. We scored points from early point of the season, but it was really trying to get last place, right, in top 10, P10, P9. That's what we are always fighting for. And then car was decent, but just on the edge of either scoring points or not. So if I remember correctly, 4 races previous to that, either we DNF'd in Monaco or we been P11. So, or P9 in the sprint race. So it's been really frustrating that we are there and thereabouts, but just outside of points. But then in the Spielberg Austria race, again, it's still the same car as the sprint, still the same car from a couple of races ago. But then because you are there and thereabouts, and if you execute it perfectly, and then you at least put yourself out there to have a chance for scoring points like that. And then on that race, I remember strategy guys, they wanted to do a early pit stop, which I personally was a bit skeptical, because degradation is there. So if somebody offset ourselves, 10 laps newer tires, 1 second lap time advantage plus DRS, they can overtake us. But to be fair to them, that strategy worked. We knew that Ricciardo was pitting on certain lap pretty early on. We decided to go for it, and then that puts us in a clear air all the races. And then to race in clean air is a huge advantage, praise to the strengths of our car. So again, I think that was a great team effort. And then it was just a reward for so many P11 races beforehand, just being outside. So that was great, very uplifting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far in saying it's completely validated, we can fight there all the time, which is not the case. I mean, you only have to look at last 2 races, Budapest and Spa, we were nowhere near as competitive. But positive is that, okay, Spielberg to Silverstone, we brought an update to the car. So if we had the same car in Silverstone as Spielberg, I'm pretty sure we couldn't have achieved that P6 in Silverstone. So it's very pleasing that the upgrade we brought to Silverstone just worked, because Nico drove the baseline car in FP1, and then FP2 we upgraded his car. The reason we've done that is because Nico's got such a good feel in the car. He would know, if there was something substantial improvement, and he felt that straight away. So that was amazing validation. That as well, we got loads of data, but for Nico to say, no, I feel it straight away, this is working in this corner, is an amazing validation actually. And then Silverstone race, the reason we could get P6 other than the upgraded performing car was again the strategy in the race that was going from dry tires to intermediate to dry tires. Again, we worked as a team, calm communication in the race. It was very tricky race to manage because we qualified so well. In a way, that Sunday was all there for us to lose, not to gain. But to execute that strategy in a tricky condition and come away with P6 again shows the team effort. So that was another very pleasing dimension, really. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gaining so many fans, but honestly, I'm just focused on improving the team. This is about the team. This is about how we get a Haas F1 team to be a professional, competitive, competent race team. So that's what I'm focused on, and it is a teamwork. So really, I'm just focused on getting team to work together as a team, and then when we work as a team, you feel the energy as well, the positivity and mood in the garage is different, mood in the factory is different. Even after the tough result, the mood is still there, because I think we know that, result goes up and down, but you got to look at the bigger picture, right? And then everyone, I think, now knows that where this team is going, and then they're all on board. That's the very, very pleasing thing. As to gaining fans and thing, again, if fans are feeling that, by seeing the race result or seeing how we were at the racetrack, that is great. But that's not something we do intentionally. But I'm just focused on improving the team. There's been many moments, to be honest. I think when I got appointed in January, I'm based in UK, so most of the guys in UK have a good relationship or know people very well. But then guys in Italy, I know less well. But they are the one producing the car. They are the designers. They are the aerodynamicists. And then under the previous management, I wasn't sure, because my voice was largely from track side, user of the car. How that's been communicated, if you like. So I was slightly apprehensive going on to Italy, but that's where I needed to have a good relationship, gain trust, have a mutual respect. But as soon as I went there, started talking with people, what I was so grateful about is that everybody honestly just got on board, on the same page, right, this is the opportunity, let's improve the team in this way, let's do it this way, that way. It was so positive, and then the support I got was amazing. So that's one standout moment earlier, very, very early in the season, because if I have to argue with everyone to convince people to do certain things, I can't do it. There's no way. It's going to drain you. But when everybody is so supportive, on board, it's just a positive cycle. So that was amazing. And then another amazing thing for me was after the Imola performance review, where we realized we didn't deliver everything we should have done from the wind tunnel numbers or CFD numbers on the track. So it's not actually a very nice thing, right? Right, okay, car's gone quicker, but not as quick as it should have gone. So it's not very nice thing, it's a disappointing thing, but the way the reaction from all the senior engineers are amazing. Somebody put analysis results saying, okay, this doesn't deliver in this corner. Nobody was arguing that. Everybody just went, okay, that's the best information we have. How are we going to go about it? So we didn't waste any time arguing about if that's right or no. No, this is the best information. What's the best way to improve, understand it? So again, that moment I felt, wow, we are starting to work like a team. So that was another standout moment for me. That's a tough one, you know. So especially, you know, at least we got that 3 weeks break before we go into the triple header. Then once we have that triple header, then the week, yep, then triple header again. So that is really brutal. But of course, again, I think it's again communication messages. I'm sure we'll have a bad race as well. But when you have those bad races again, just to communicate and then still work as a team to keep going forward. I think those are the important things to keep the, you know, motivation and morale up for the people. But yeah, I can't deny it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I mean, looking at where we are now, we are 7 points behind the P6 RB. So we have to go for trying to get, you know, P6 in the championship. That's our target for the rest of the season. Then straight after shutdown, just in the Zandvoort, see if we can perform and then get back to scoring points again. Because again, Budapest was tough and the Spa was tough, and then we are looking into now why, you know, we couldn't perform in those 2 races. So understanding of that, it's too late to then influence the development, because development for the rest of the season is done now. But it's just in terms of how we set the car up at the track, how we go about managing tires, etc. Any learning we can take from Budapest and Spa would be beneficial. So it's really a continuous process, but sporting target would be trying to fight for the P6 in championship. Well, suits the car, but also the drivers as well. For instance, like Kevin, you know, Kevin's pretty good in places like he likes street circuit. He likes those 90-degree corners. So he'd be good in Baku, and then Singapore, I think he'd be competitive as well. So, and also Zandvoort is a high downforce circuit, which may not be to our strengths, but we got the new part as well. So I'm sorry, but I don't actually have the complete pure standout races. But each races has got, you know, strengths and weakness, and they just such a fine line between your strengths is gonna really, let's say, put you forward, or your weakness gets exposed. Even like before going on to Spa, I wasn't quite sure our efficiency. So we got a very efficient car. Efficient car meaning quick on the straight line, and then decent, half decent in the corner. Not good enough in the corners, but at least we got straight line speed. Spa needs that good efficiency. So that might play to strengths, but our weakness in the medium speed corners, which is sector 2 in Spa, that may completely kill us. You know, you just never know which one's gonna win, and it's such a fine line, so it's very difficult to give you the one-word answer. But yeah, I think street circuit I'm really looking forward to actually. Yeah, I mean, I have to be realistic, right? Of course, it'd be amazing to give Nico his first career podium in F1, but that's very unlikely to happen. So realistically, what we can target is really, you know, finish like Spielberg, you know, double points, finish as many races as possible. It's a very difficult to achieve, especially with, you know, top 4, top 5 teams being so competitive. But if we can put a bit more performance on the car through the updates, and if we can execute good races, and if we can get both Nico and Kevin to finish in points together as often as possible, I think that'd be an amazing send-off. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, if I'm not excited, I wouldn't have chosen those pair, right? No, no, I'm seriously excited. Odi has been working so well with the team, and I can see a lot of talent. You know, his F2 season has been pretty tough this year, but I've seen enough with working with him in FP1 sessions and Abu Dhabi test that amount of talent he's got. So I'm sure we can maximize that one. Then again, Esteban, he's already achieved so much in the sport, won a race, but he's only 27. You know, still very young driver, and they still got lots to prove, lots to achieve in his career. So both of them are looking to grow and improve together with the team. So I think that's a very good combination of youth and the experience, but even the experienced one is pretty young. So I think it's a pretty exciting dynamic combination. Honestly, I think real sense of teamwork. I think we are doing much better as a team, but if we can finish the season, and when everyone here look back and say, right, we worked as a team. We put together tough times, good times. We worked together and then produce this result as a team. And if everyone in the team can feel like they can own this result, whatever we achieve end of the season, doesn't matter who you are. If each person feels like, well, I contributed to this success, I own this result, I think that's a success.
Right?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to see my very good friend in Olympics. She's competing in sports climbing. So yeah, really looking forward to see her compete. That's Paris in the first week of shutdown. And then the second week of shutdown, me and my kids, we love walking, climbing as well. So taking our transporter van to Scotland, doing some mountain walking. Kids done already Snowdon and Scafell Pike. They wanted to do Ben Nevis this year, so we're going to do Ben Nevis in Scotland. And then on the way back, I think we're going to stop in the Lake District and do some trad climbing, proper climbing. So looking forward to that.